friends, welcome. In this video I would like to talk about the so-called David Sanborn sound, how to get closer to it by changing your embouchure and your throat. So this may be actually quite a secret, but I would like to demonstrate that to you. So if you would like to play in that style, it really helps to at least a little bit emulate his embouchure and posture. And as you will see, like, the equipment is actually secondary in that particular case. Like, even if you play a Meyer-like hard rubber mouthpiece, you will be able to get into the ballpark. Okay, so the first thing I would like you to do is pull your saxophone really high up on the strap so that you have to really open your throat in order to play, like he does. And the second thing I would like to draw attention to is make sure that you have enough mouthpiece in the mouth. Don't play too close to the tip. Okay, it's essential that you go far enough on the mouthpiece. If you feel like it, you can slightly angle a bit to the left like he does. It's not necessary, but some of you will feel better doing that. And then the last point, make sure that your lower lip is a little bit to the front and is still open. So still an open jazz embouchure, but the key is that there is enough reed blowing freely in the airstream. And then you play with conviction. So the key is to push a lot of air with confidence through your throat into the mouthpiece and allow the reed to really vibrate freely. So allow me to show you what I mean. So you see, like, if I would take on a normal playing position, having the saxophone lower and the angle differently, then it would literally sound different. Like a more traditional sound you hear a lot. So if you get into the, let's say, Sanborn mode, do what I've described, the different steps, okay? Saxophone high, your throat open, enough mouthpiece in the mouth, maybe slightly angled. Make sure your lower lip is a little bit to the front so that the air can really hit the reed. And of course it takes a little bit of practice as well. Like, generally speaking, you will be a little bit sharper, and intonation will actually be easier because you're not really playing with your lip, you're really playing with the throat. It's almost as if you're thinking a note, it will come out. It takes a bit of practice. As you can see, naturally the tendency is to slide a little bit back So one has to really consciously stay in that position. And you see how it sounds differently from traditional playing. So allow me to show you the difference. Let's do a more traditional approach. Let's play the dream, okay? More traditional would be... The Sanborn approach would be... So you see the sound is much more centered. It really hits a core note. And of course it takes a lot of air. You need to breathe a lot, and it takes a bit of practice as well to get used to that with the embouchure. But that's quite a skill in the toolbox, and there are situations where I really like to kind of channel into that, like where I really want to take on that sound, that kind of approach, and emulating it in that way will really help. So that's a beautiful thing. You can see like he uses a lot of vibrato and bending notes, and all that is rather easy with this kind of approach, as well as overtones, playing high notes. As well as those staccato notes, like the attack, it will really give you that vibe. You see, like even those split notes, which he likes to use, it's much easier to play them. So these are some tricks, okay? I learned them over the years, and try it, practice with it, and maybe it's just something you want to use now and then. Other players may like to use these kind of approaches permanently. And these are very, very important, well, I wouldn't call it tricks, like it's important knowledge. And literally, if you have found equipment like a mouthpiece and reed and saxophone which works for you, and there's versatility, you can use this as a basis in order to get there. It's not necessary to play a very aggressive high-baffle metal mouthpiece or something like that. Of course, you can add that. But as you can see, in order to get into this kind of ballpark, if you internalize this kind of approach, it will help. Lots of love.